Now, we all know the NFL draft is a major crapshoot. We can all pretend like we know, but sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we don't know a lot. But sometimes we do know. And you would think for an NFL team that if you draft somebody in the first round and you find out they can at least play in the NFL, long term you probably want to keep them. If they end up being a really good player, you probably want to keep them for a long, long time. And if they end up validating your selection of them by becoming a true superstar, a true impact player, a difference maker, a franchise type of player, you would think you would want to do whatever you could, not only to keep them a long time, but potentially keep them in your organization in that same uniform for the entirety of their damn career. Now, if you're talking about the Rams in the 2014 draft, they might have envisioned that that could have been Greg Robinson, who they took second overall. Obviously, it wasn't. It was Aaron Donald, who was 13th overall in that draft. Aaron Donald has only done one thing since he's come into the league. Wreck shit, dominate, destroy, and establish himself as the preeminent defensive lineman and, in my opinion, the preeminent defensive player in all of football. You can take your J.J. Watts and anybody else and shove them where the sun don't shine. Aaron Donald is the best, period. He is a superstar. He is a dominant force. Doesn't matter what system, doesn't matter what scheme. Aaron Donald is just a man. He is a beast. He is unblockable. He is borderline unstoppable. And you would think, as special of a player as he is, and I don't think anybody in the comments on this video is going to disagree with the notion that he is truly special. Once-in-a-decade type of talent, potentially a once-in-a-generation type of talent, or at the very least, the best or one of the best defensive players in the league, and somebody you don't want to screw around with when it comes to the potential of keeping him around in your organization long term. You want to keep as many of the good players as you can, and as few of the bad ones as possible. Well, for the Rams, Aaron Donald is clearly your best player. Why are we still at a point in time where you're talking turkey in terms of contract? Why are we even in a position where we're potentially talking about the guy holding out for a second straight season to start off? Why? This is ludicrous to me. You can sit there and give Todd Gurley a big contract extension when he technically didn't have to do it for at least another year, if not two, and in the process set a new bar for running back contracts and made him the highest paid running back in the league, where again, you didn't have to. You sit there and give big time money to a guy like Brandon Cooks. You've spent money on big names in other places. And all the while, you've got a young head coach in Sean McVay who you would assume is only going to get better and grow into his role. You've got a young quarterback in Jared Goff who showed you last year with an offense with some talent around him and a head coach that knew what the hell he was doing, that he could be a franchise-type quarterback in the league. No big surprise to me. You've got that young franchise quarterback who you would assume also has lots of room to grow and improve and is only going to get better, and all the while doing it on a rookie deal. Meaning you are still at least another year, 2, 3 years away from having to think about potentially giving him a massive, potentially cap-restricting type of contract. You look at the Seahawks and how their team was built. You can talk about the great players they had on defense and the Marshawn Lynches of the world, but ultimately what allowed them to keep that core in place and have those guys there for a number of years is the fact that for 3 years they had Russell Wilson on a rookie deal. Granted, it was a third-round pick, not the number 1 overall pick like Jared Goff, but it gave them so much flexibility and allowed them to do so many things that they could keep the entire core of that Legion of Boom defense around for several seasons together before eventually having to pay Russell Wilson big money, and then the chickens come to roost. The Rams are acting like COO Kevin Demoff, GM Les Snead, like the chickens are coming home to roost. And if you're in a position right now where the chickens have come home to roost and you've got a quarterback on a rookie deal, then that's yo ass and yo ass alone. You should not be in that position, and especially if you've already paid Todd Gurley as the highest paid running back in the league when you did not have to, when you've given Brandon Cooks a shit ton of money, when, again, you didn't have to. Why in the hell would you sit there when you were clearly in a win-now mode by bringing in guys like Ndamukong Suh and Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib? Why in the hell would you sit there and not want to make sure that for a team that is clearly in win-now mode and believes they can win now, why in the hell would you not figure out a way to get Aaron Donald, your best player and arguably the best defensive player in the entire damn league, signed and into camp right damn now? It's bad enough you didn't get this done last offseason. It's bad enough, hell, that you didn't get it done 2 off-seasons ago. 1 off-season. This off-season. Done. Get the damn deal done! Why are you even playing around with this? Why is this even up for conversation? In the grand scheme of things, Aaron Donald has wrecked crap for 4 straight years in the league. Todd Gurley had a solid rookie season, a horrible year 2, and an MVP level year 3 with injury history at a position that has been devalued in the league. Who in the hell are you going to pay as the highest paid player in his position? Todd Gurley or Aaron Donald? The answer to me, no offense to Todd Gurley, because I think he is a stud, and I would pay him some big money too, but I wouldn't have done it yet. It's Aaron Donald! Maybe you feel like you don't want to set the precedent of paying him quarterback-type money. But damn it all, if he's that good, and he means that much, and he's that great, and that impactful, that consistently, then that's what you have to do. You don't sit there and draft superstars and don't worry about paying superstars. You draft superstars and you find ways to keep superstars and keep them happy for a long damn time to come. For the Rams, it is very simple. When their COO, Kevin Demoff, says, Aaron Donald and his people see his value one way, we see his value as something else. Perhaps there is something broken, flawed, and significantly screwed up with your valuation system. I understand you cannot pay everybody. I understand you cannot pay everybody big money. But in the hierarchy of prioritization of things, I would think priority number 1 is making sure you have your franchise quarterback paid. You don't have to worry about that with Jared Goff for at least another 1, 2, 3 damn years. So then you default back to who is your best player and who do you have to keep around. The answer is Aaron Donald. And yet, lo and behold, for the Rams, he's the one guy that doesn't have a damn deal done. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. Yes, maybe the Rams will feel like they have some egg on their face. Maybe they'll sit there and feel like they got whooped up on a little bit. Who cares? It's Aaron Donald. Get a damn deal done and get his ass into camp. You want to win now. How the hell do you think you're going to accomplish that if Aaron Donald's holding out part of the season because he wants to get paid? Stupid.